Imagine waking up tomorrow and your bank account says $1 trillion. Not a billion, not 10 billion, $1 trillion. You are now officially a trillionaire. So, what would your life actually look like? First, you probably wouldn't even know what to do with the money. Because here's the crazy part. If you spent $1 million every single day, you would still need almost 2,740 years to spend your entire trillion. That's how ridiculously large this amount of money is. But let's say you don't waste it. You wake up in your private mansion, surrounded by security, staff, chefs, and technology that most people have never even seen. And today, you're flying to another country. Do you book a first-class ticket? No. You own the plane. Actually, you might own several. Your private jet could be customized with bedrooms, offices, a dining room, and even a private shower. And if the airport is too far away, no problem. You have a helicopter waiting outside. But here's where being a trillionaire gets really strange. You don't just buy expensive things. You can buy entire companies. Imagine seeing a company worth $10 billion and thinking, "That's interesting." Then you buy it. And you still have roughly $990 billion left. You could own skyscrapers in New York, Los Angeles, Miami, London, Dubai, and still barely make a dent in your fortune. Want to go on vacation? You could have a private island. Want a yacht? You could own one of the largest yachts in the world. Want to travel into space? You could potentially spend hundreds of millions on a private space mission, and your bank account would barely notice. But there's something even more powerful than luxury: influence. With $1 trillion, you could fund universities, hospitals, scientific research, clean energy projects, massive infrastructure programs, and entire industries. You could put billions into developing new medicines. You could fund missions to explore the ocean. You could invest in technology designed to solve problems that governments have struggled with for decades. And that's when being a trillionaire stops feeling like having unlimited money and starts feeling like having unlimited possibilities. But there's a dark side. The moment everyone knows you're worth $1 trillion, your life changes. People you haven't spoken to in years suddenly want to be your best friend. Companies want your investment. Politicians want your attention. Strangers want your money. And every decision you make could affect thousands or even millions of people. You couldn't just casually buy something without thinking about its consequences, because at that level of wealth, money isn't just money anymore. It's power. It's influence. It's responsibility. And here's the biggest twist. You probably wouldn't even keep most of that $1 trillion sitting in a bank account. Your wealth would likely be spread across companies, stocks, real estate, investments, and other assets. So instead of watching a giant number in your bank account grow, you'd basically be running your own financial empire. And every day, your money could potentially make more money. But let's go back to the original question. What would it feel like to be a trillionaire? You could have almost anything money can buy. Private jets, mansions, yachts, islands, companies, even trips to space. But after a certain point, buying more stuff doesn't really make life more interesting. The real question becomes, what would you do with the power? Because when you have $1 trillion, the limit isn't really your wallet anymore. It's your imagination.